Hello, everyone. This is Anthony. Welcome to Mango Republic's first podcast. This will be a little longer than our other episodes because it is a premiere for this series. And in this podcast, we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff on the Hypixel server and other stuff in general that we've been wanting to talk about. Um, and there's some nice gameplay in the background for you guys to watch, so you don't have to listen to just their voices. But yeah, we have a lot of good things to talk about, so please sit back and enjoy. The first thing we'll be talking about is the EULA. Now, if you guys don't know what the EULA is, it is the end user license agreement, which is it is a long article of text that you have to agree upon whenever you create an internet account. And in this case, the EULA, there are many misconceptions about it, and in Minecraft's perspective, it is not allowing server owners or server management to earn money from the game in a specific way. Now, we have two guests here, Ian and Maury, and we will be talking about what we think about this and certain misconceptions about it, and mainly what is our opinion about this. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Ian, you can go first.
Well, I mean, it's been a while that servers have offered perks or ranks, so now that they're, I don't know, putting this out there, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of dumb, but at the same time, they're trying to get rid of the pay to win. I mean, I can understand why they do that, but at the same time, it kind of makes the game more fun to add things, and I don't know.
Yeah, it really does seem like a last minute thing where they just decided to bring it up.
Yeah.
And also in the article, it does say, not the official one, but we'll put a link in the description below, where the article on Hypixel's site said that it was mainly directed towards smaller servers who were asking for much more money for ranks such as $500 to $1,000. Where at Hypixel they're the second largest server, so I don't think it's unreasonable to pay $150 max for an account for the highest account, of course, MVP plus. But then again, and I don't know. The server does require a lot of money, and there are coupons that you can use so that you don't have to pay that much. So I really think it's unreasonable for this to happen. Now, we haven't heard Maury's side yet on this. Why don't we hear it right now?
Well, I think they should. I don't know. I really hate playing a Minecraft game and then, like somebody who's paid pretty much their way to win just completely owns you. But I think there should be a limit on how much you can spend on a server. I think it should be $200, but anything over that, like $500 to $1,000, I've actually seen things like
Yeah.
that. I don't think that shouldn't be a thing. But I don't know why they're bringing it up now. I think if they're going to do it, they need to give us at least 6 months in advance before they actually set that into effect.
Isn't the deadline August 1st?
Yeah, that's not going to work. I feel like it's not going to go through because a lot of servers like Hypixel really they have a lot of donators on there, and people that are going to buy it are going to get upset that they're not going to.
Actually, Hypixel's take on this, according to the article, said that they do recognize that there are pay-to-win servers, but they've been trying to make it to offer like a different gameplay instead of a better class, just a different gameplay for those that for those ranks that people may be buying coins for. And also, buying coins on the site is kind of a ripoff. Let's be honest. It's like $30 for 15,000 coins, or I might stand
Yeah.
corrected. So if you're gonna pay to win, it's not really your advantage unless you're a rich person, I guess, or if you have a lot of money to spend.
Uh,
So yeah, I think we've covered that topic. If you guys definitely write some stuff in the comments below about this, what you think, because it would be interesting to hear other people's takes on it, and just that in general. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is Hypixel being DDoSed yesterday, actually, upon uploading this video. So that would be June 23rd, 2014, by, I'm not sure if it's a group or a single person, but it's called Putin Squad, after the Russian president, I think. But we don't know the deal with this, but on their Twitter it actually says "mess with the best, die with the rest" or something of that sort, and I believe they had something to do with one of their players being muted because they were talking about Hypixel not not giving them free speech, so that just made me laugh. Um,
I don't
uh,
understand how you can not get free speech when you can pretty much type anything you can want.
yeah,
Yeah, you can type anything, but a lot of the staff won't like it or don't approve of it, so they'll take action. Sometimes it's a little unfair, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah. And on the site, on the site, actually, the hypixel.net website, there have been people who've posted about this and the links to the guy's Twitter or anything about that, and I think their post was locked or deleted because it would quote unquote start unnecessary drama, which I really don't think that's reasonable. And when a person just wants to share about that, well, there is kind of a free speech thing on that because the person's not really advertising or anything. They're just talking about a big thing of the server.
Hmm.
And when you're just talking about, this is the guy that DDoS you, I don't think that's going to create unnecessary drama unless you were from a biased standpoint.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know too much about that. If you are actually the person that DDoS the the server, I have nothing to say to you really because it's not in my right. But whatever.
Well, what I think is kind of interesting is how they didn't do it at prime time. Like as if they were targeting a certain time zone. But I mean, like, well, at prime time they have like 10,000 people on, and I know last night they did it when there's like 3,000. So
Yeah, yeah.
not sure the reasoning, but just an interesting thing.
Maybe they should spend more money on DDoS protection.
Well, I mean, they have that thing whenever
Maybe it
you
was
try to go to the website.
easier. Maybe it was easier to DDoS a server that this big if there was less people on. I believe. I'm
Yeah, that's
not.
true.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Um, good thing is, next thing we'll be talking about is actually related to, the staff of the server and what we've just been talking about. And we're gonna talk about the new rank that they added for people 14 and under who want to be a helper, but they can't. So there's this rank called Junior Helper, which it's a rank where really they don't have the power to ban you or mute you, but they do have the power to contact like an actual helper or an admin or a mod, and they can call people to action. But the thing is, um, Hypixel's server, I don't want to call it corrupt, but I have played with several helpers. I'm not gonna name them obviously, but there are actually helpers that are 12 or under, and I just thought it was really ironic or amusing that they made a junior helper rank just for this.
Hmm.
And I want to know if you guys, for the people that want to be helper, do you want Hypixel to like check their age more, or be more specific about that and more be more secure about that, or should they just be open?
I think they
Because
should.
if you
Yeah, I think they should make sure, like, try to. I don't know. I have no idea how they would do it, but try to make sure they're at least 14 years of age. And another reason, I think they're only there to scare people, because when people are in lobbies, I see in chat a lot like, okay, there's a helper here, don't do anything, like don't turn on your hacks or something like that. People just get scared when they see the name helper, and they're honestly useless. Like I've asked a few of them for some help, and they just told me to ask another helper, and which really that doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it relieves some stress off of the like mods and admins, but at the same time, sometimes they don't do anything. They like to show off, or I don't know. Sometimes they don't do their job, but maybe they've been a helper for a long time and they have, I don't know, something with mods or helper or admins.
Well, the point
Yeah.
of the mods, or I'm pretty sure, and the admins is pretty much that's their job. I don't know if they get paid or not, but I feel like if that's the reason, if they want to relieve stress, I mean, that's their job. They should be dedicated to it.
Yeah. I just feel like, I'm not saying this in general to people that are 14 or under, but I've noticed a lot of, junior helpers have reacted either unsatisfactory or, just really immaturely towards someone asking them for help or, not even listening to them. Yeah, I've actually seen helpers, ignore people that are asking them for questions when clearly, there's not many people talking in chat and they could actually see it. And they weren't even AFK either. And we've actually had a guild member named R79 get kind of threatened by a junior helper when R found out that the helper was using a certain hack in a game. So he messaged the helper that he was going to report him. The helper messaged back that he hoped or he wanted to see how much hate Dwyer would get. And I thought that, things like that, which they don't really get that much on my nerves, but that's probably a reason why they should really, be more secure about who should be a junior helper or not, or whether even to have junior helpers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I think when they try and add a new rank, they have to be careful because well, sometimes they really mess with the balance like, oh, we'll just add this rank and that way it'll be more secure, but sometimes they're just an annoyance or just like I don't know, they just take up space, it seems.
Yeah.
But I mean, when they choose people for those ranks, they really need to be careful. I mean, I don't think age really matters as long as they're mature.
Yeah,
But
there's definitely people under 14 that, are up to the job, but I feel like a majority of them aren't. And
yeah, I feel they should definitely take a little longer to see if they're fit for the rank because sometimes it's like they'll have other people say like, "Oh yeah, they're good, they're mature," and be like, oh, "Okay, I kind of trust you with that, but sure."
yeah. And yeah, merely because someone doesn't or hasn't gotten banned or muted at all, it does not automatically mean that they're up for the job. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a junior helper and watching this video, I have nothing against you. You're part of the Hypixel staff, and I guess you do help with a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's just our take on it. So I hope that we respect what you're doing. Really, the other stuff that we're going to talk about actually has to do with Mega Walls, which is the game that our guild plays the most, no doubt. Until recently, when quests were released, we've been playing other games because I think the quests actually bring up something in mind. Like, I know it's definitely something to get some of the new Mega Walls classes, which we'll be talking about later. But could it also be something to get people to play one of the lesser played game types on the server? Because for me, it really seems like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the classes, like I'm hearing the new ones that are coming out, are supposed to be level 7 and 8, and right now I'm 5.5, and that honestly took me a little longer than a month, probably since the time it came out. So they need to either make it easier or add more XP for like game modes like Mega Walls. You win a game and you get like 50 experience, and it doesn't even move one bar out of that whole
Yeah, because
segment of experience.
that is a 1 hour or near 1 hour commitment they have to make, and yeah.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Yeah.
Well, so you know how you have to have a certain level for a certain class? Well, what if they did that for like ranks? Like you have to play this much, or you'd have to have this much experience in all these games, or something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
I
would
think
make a
they're
lot
doing
of
that
sense.
just so other people can play. Like, I'm not bashing any other game modes, but like things like Vampire Z or yeah, just things like that, or adventure lobbies, or well, those don't give you quests, but still, I think they're trying to give more popularity to those games because I feel like they're not played a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, some games blow up more than others, and the only way to change that is to make the other game modes more interesting. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of forcing people to play the game modes they don't want to, but at the same time, you kind of have to work for certain things, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it really does. It's really time consuming to get the XP, and well, it's a new aspect to the game, so I'm not really that much against it if they want me to play those because it's my choice to do the quest or not. But then again, it's the incentive, the Blaze class that's coming out, which we're actually going to talk about in a minute. Has a lot of perks and buffs that will be really good. I've heard that it has a bow actually, but yeah. I'm sure you guys have heard about the Blaze and the Golem class, which is actually the Golem class is already out and you've seen it in action. Um, we've heard that the Golem is a wither rushing class. Would you guys like to elaborate on that?
I think they should definitely nerf it. Like just having Max Golem, it's kind of like Herobrine, kind of really overpowered, hard to kill because I mean if you max or even if you don't max it, you got at the start iron boots and then iron chestplate and I'm pretty sure they have protection on it.
They actually have Unbreaking 3.
Oh, well unbreaking, but still. I mean at max it's diamond and then you can just honestly just keep rushing a wither without taking
Yeah,
much damage. And then
but
Yeah.
they're kind of hard to kill also.
what's interesting is they changed it from, diamond chestplate and iron pants to diamond boots and diamond chestplate. And I know they said that that's the same, like, shield or defense amount, but if you think about it, you still have to get the rest of your armor, so you'd have better armor with the diamond boots than if you had the iron pants. But I guess they might have tried to make it so it was different, because then it would have pretty much been like zombie kit.
Yeah, it's pretty much a zombie kit just with boots and different
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah. Well, there's a misconception that it's overly OP, and while it is, really threatening to see a Max Golem with Diamond, I don't. Do they have a regeneration skill that they have?
They have an
Um,
absorption skill. So when they kill someone, they get a couple hearts of absorption. But I think it's still broken because I know for each level you get like
Sound muted. Sound
but
resumed.
right now there's a bug where whenever you get a kill you constantly get 4 absorption hearts after. And I don't know if they're working on that right now. Hopefully they are. But yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Makes them even harder to kill.
Yeah, I think from what we know right now, it's a tank class. Well, from playing Mega Walls, they haven't been as hard as I thought to kill or deal with, but they are definitely, a pain in the ass when you're trying to fight one of them.
Yeah.
And for I guess with my Arcanist up to level 8, I can do considerable damage to them, but I wouldn't really say that they're easy to kill because, definitely if I was in a lower level Arcanist, I would have much more trouble. going with something like that. And also, yeah, the Blaze class that's gonna come out soon. I don't know exactly when. We're hoping 1 month or 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, it could be longer than that, and it does actually. I'm not certain about this, but I've heard a lot of people have told me that you need 8 EXP in order to get this class, but it's only 5,000 coins. The thing is, I've heard that it has a bow, so a lot of people in the guild have actually been talking about waiting for a skeleton type class that wasn't as weakly equipped as the skeleton was.
I think
Yeah,
it should. I don't think it should have a bow. I feel like it should be like some type of projectile, something like Dreadlord, but like with fireballs. I'm thinking that's what I kind of had in mind because I don't know. I feel like if you can just hit and then eventually charge it up and then shoot a like a fireball or something, would be a lot different from Dread. I feel like a lot of people would think it's the same, but honestly, it's not because if it catches them on fire, that'll make a big difference.
Yeah. What if they had like Dread, where if you got hit by the ability they have, they give you like Wither or something? That would be interesting.
Speaking of Dread, we actually have found, I believe it was yesterday or the day before that, we found a really overpowered strategy to use a Dreadlord. And it involves putting one person on your team that's the Dreadlord on another team. And this happened by accident. It happened to be Nico. But yeah, it happened so that everyone else died except for a few greens, and us in the red team, only our guild was alive, and Nico on the blue team, only she was alive. And we had to deal with the sky base, and not many of us were endermen, so we didn't feel like stacking up. So we found out that it's really simple. Nico just had to hit me a few times, just punch me, and that would charge up her skill because obviously she was on the opposite team or on a different team, and she would just constantly shoot her Dreadlord cannons or whatever those heads are called. And we thought it was pretty funny.
Skulls.
Yeah, and we really hope that that doesn't turn illegal or anything. Just like wall rushing was. I can see how wall rushing is illegal, but people still do it through a loophole in the rules where you actually have to build a bridge really close to the wall and things like that. It's just really funny how people come up with strats like that.
Yeah, we came up with the other strat too.
Yeah, the other strat, which we will be talking about in a later series, because to explain that, we need more time to explain.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good one. It's called the snake strat, so we can leave that as a cliffhanger for you guys. Meanwhile, we can talk about now. Killstealing is a really big thing in Mega Walls, and when Mega Walls first came out, we didn't have that much of a problem with Killstealing. Not many people cared, but now that things are so coin based and the classes and stuff, the idea that the more coins you have, will make you more successful. It's gotten to people that it's more frustrating now to get kill stolen. So we're actually going to talk about which classes kill steal the most and are easiest to kill steal with. And yeah.
I think there should definitely be a kill assist system. That would be fantastic. That would probably solve most kill stealing problems. So say sorry, I muted my mic there. But say I'm fighting an enemy, I get them down 90%, and then your teammate gets them down 10% but gets a kill. So say you earn 10 coins, I get 9 coins. They get 1, but they still get the kill, so they would go on their weekly kills, but you still get more coins. So I feel like that would fix that majorly.
Yeah, that would fix that. Well, we do have to take into account, the people who are making the plugins, but other than that, I really don't think it would be that difficult to add that in.
Yeah, just like a certain amount of damage you do to someone, that's equivalent to a certain amount of coins, you just get that instead of like
Yeah.
getting none.
I think one of the most kill stealing classes, and or however I'd word that, is Enderman, because
Yeah, I'd say Enderman.
it's just it warps.
Yeah, I
And
mean, people. Let's say I go to mid and I'm chasing around this guy, this Enderman from, I don't know, my team maybe. He just teleports, gets the kill, just goes on. Well, I have to work to chase him and the whole time, and he just teleports. I mean, I play Enderman a lot, and it's pretty funny to see people rage, but at the same time, it's pretty mean, because I don't know, it's wasted time, wasted energy. But at the same time, what are you gonna do? People gotta get
yeah,
their coins.
another one of those classes, not to the extent of Enderman, but I think it would be Herobrine, and even the classes that shoot projectiles as part of their skill, which um, a lot of classes do that, but the projectiles, they are very good at kill stealing. Like even with Arcanist, which is what I use most of the time, someone could just be about to kill someone and they just be far away, but due to my ranged beam, I could get the last hit on them and kill them, and I would get the kill. And I normally don't do that because I respect people. If they're going after a kill, I'll let them get it. But yeah, I feel like there definitely should be a system put in place by or like a combat tag system, so that classes that use projectiles, or even range attacks like Herobrine with its Wrath skill, um, so that they won't be able to do damage to a person who has been combat tagged already.
Yeah, I don't know, that sounds okay, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, if you hit someone once and then you kill them, it's like the other person runs off. I feel like there'd be people who would just go around hitting everyone and then just like going back hiding and get the kills for all that.
Yeah, there would be a lot of exploits on the new editions that they have to put a lot of thought into adding new things, because the
Yeah.
exploits that people would use, and we're not entirely innocent of that. We've used a lot of exploits ourselves, like the arrow glitch, or we called it the arrow glitch. It's not really a glitch, but it involves using the skeleton class and killing yourself so that you could get an infinite number of arrows. I think the most we got was from Pen 1245, who supplied us with 40 stacks of arrows. Not just arrows, but 40 full stacks of arrows, and things like that, I guess. Yeah, it's really fun to do. But for the people that are new to the game and don't know about it, I think it ruins the game for them.
Yeah.
Another thing for classes too, which would well, this is closely related to what we've been previously talking about, but which would you like to nerf and which would as like to be buffed?
Definitely Herobrine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, I
think,
understand.
well, it wasn't, I don't, I wish it would go back to the way it was. Like, before there was a bug where it wouldn't do as much damage, but now that it really does that crazy amount of damage, it's just annoying. Even when you play it, you can just see how easy it is to kill people, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
And they get.
I'll keep going.
Go ahead. Hey, you can go.
Well, it's armor piercing also, so honestly, you don't even have to. If you're
Oh
Herobrine,
damn,
you don't have to worry about their armor. So, I'm pretty sure if you max your Herobrine class, it is does 6 hearts of damage, which honestly, like if you click really fast, that means nothing. And using
Yeah.
that, like say you're taking out a group of 3 people, and you get a bunch of hits on one person, keep using that Wrath skill, I mean, you're pretty much killing everyone in that group.
Yeah, once you get a kill, you get strength. I don't know if it affects the Wrath, I'm assuming it doesn't, but the Wrath hits everyone nearby, so you basically are doing damage to everyone, and once you get one kill, you get strength. so you get speed when you hit people too sometimes. So basically dancing around them, really easily killing them.
I mean, I understand that it is, a VIP plus exclusive kit or class, but uh, I don't think it should be overpowered to that extent. Like the armor piercing thing that Moore just said, I don't
Yeah.
think it should do that.
That's actually part of a pay to win kind of thing. I feel like that's the only thing though.
Yeah.
That's it. But I think our next topic should be like the new classes. Like I heard Blaze, Pigman, Cow, Spider, all of them.
Do you want to talk about the which class should be buffed?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I think.
There you go.
Skeleton definitely should be buffed. I think there was a
Yeah.
time where Skeleton got strength from hitting people a certain number of times, but I think they removed that again. I'm not
Yeah.
sure though, but Skeleton, I started out with it, so I love that class, even though it's not a hero class. I know that it's really demonized by those people who like to spam their bow, and who really aren't that good with the bow and arrows. But I think that there are really a lot of people with skill with that class, and the fact that the class doesn't even get any armor. I don't know about now if they have armor, but during the times I've played it, it never got an armor piece no matter how high you upgraded it, so I just thought that was something that he did.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 non-donor classes, well, excluding hero classes, because anyone can get those. But Zombie at max gets Diamond Chestplate, Creeper at max gets Diamond Pants, and Skelly just doesn't get any armor, I don't think.
Yeah.
It might be different if you're watching this later, but I think someone said it gets a helmet, but it really should, because I haven't seen it on the upgrade shop, but it should, because it would add another reason to play Skelly, and they wouldn't be like free kills.
I'm guessing it is the power of the ranged attack though, because while a lot of classes do have well, a lot of classes do have ranged attacks. It is pretty OP to have a bow, and if you're good at it, it does do a good job of keeping people away, as opposed to the other classes like Arcanist or Dreadlord. It's not really that accurate, and it is ranged but if you have an arrow and a bow, you can actually shoot it across the map and hit people that aren't even on your render distance. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think zombie should be like well, there is that thing where you can't upgrade classes all the way unless you have a certain rank, which I think is a pay to win thing, more or less.
Yeah, that's true. You
But
don't really
still,
think about
zombie,
that.
yeah. But still, zombie, I believe you can upgrade it to a diamond chest plate even without being a VIP or VIP plus. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's pretty powerful, and I think it's it's not entirely a hero class, but I think it's between the border between being a non-hero class and a hero class, and yeah, things like that.
Zombie can only get Diamond Chestplate at a max now, I think. Because I'm looking at it right now, and you have to have VIP plus to get the Diamond Chestplate.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
even
That clears
without donor, you can still get an Iron Chestplate with Protection 1, so...
Yeah, that is still good. Yeah, there are really a lot of overrated and underrated classes in Mega Walls.
Yeah.
Like Arcanist, it is a pretty powerful class when you max it. It does do 5 hearts of damage when you max it. With its beam, there's also a chance to explode. And I look at it as a more powerful version of Herobrine, because I have taken out several Herobrines with it before, sometimes even in 2v1s, but yeah, again with that kill steal thing, the beam, I just think it's really useful though when people are close to you because the beam you don't really need to even have to aim it.
Is it a
You do
splash damage, or do you have to directly hit someone?
well unless they're really close to you. It will hit someone because it's a firework, but far away it's not splash damage like a Herobrine, but you do have a chance to explode. So there are other powerful classes too, like I don't know, you guys could give some examples, but then again there are some overrated classes like Dreadlord that
I,
Yeah.
th- I think Shaman is kind of overrated because you get Diamond Sword, Diamond Boots, the Wolf, the Tornado, and I don't know. The Tornado acts like as a wall kinda, and the
Yeah, you can't
Wolf
hit
it just
anybody if you're inside of the tornado.
and the Wolf just doesn't even care. The Wolf, I feel like the Wolf should take less than like 2 hits or 3 even, because I've had some cases where I'm trying to kill the Wolf and I'll take like 3 hits, and it'll just keep jumping and hitting you. It's like,
yeah, it is really humiliating to get killed by a wolf,
yeah,
especially if it's a final kill.
yeah,
um Before we close this video, we're actually going to talk about a very interesting topic where it's kind of like the idea where the abilities of using a certain class actually would mask a hacker's certain hacks that they're using, and I think this is a reason why the violations list in Hypixel is up here because even though it doesn't really accurately tell a person's if they're hacking or not, because we've seen a lot of people there who we know don't hack, like Mango the Tango in our guild has 160 counts last time I checked, and
yeah,
we definitely know he doesn't hack. Um, but yeah, it does have a level. We'll put the link to that in the description below. Who knows, you might be on it too. Um, but yeah, I think it definitely is true that certain hacks can be masked by certain classes, and some examples of that might be, you know, Kill Aura with Herobrine, because Herobrine does have an area around it where it can hit people, and it does say the
yeah,
people that it hits. But if a person also has Kill Aura, that would essentially make it like hit them, and it will say that they hit them in the chat, but it's actually the Kill Aura that's working against them too besides the lightning, and it's like it's just plain masking the hacks.
Yeah.
mhm,
Before we end it, actually, do you want to talk about like a little bit of info about our guild, like applications, requirements, and things like that?
Yeah, sure. We'll put an application link in the description below, but besides that, to get in our guild, you'll need to have 1,000 to 1,500 kills. That'll affect your placement in the guild. So the number of kills you have, we'll take 800 at the minimum. We'll have no maximum, but that'll put your role in the guild when we're rushing. That'll definitely determine it. Also, you know, if you're in the guild and you want to invite a friend, uh, we will invite them to the guild, but we'll have them try out. And if it turns out that they don't get on regularly or they barely get on at all, we will have to kick them. Also, yeah, if you're in the guild and you're looking to be an officer in the guild, obviously asking is not gonna help. I'm sorry. Generally being tolerant to others, being a really helpful person. I'm not saying to be, you know, a stuck up and help people even when they're not asking help, but really being a huge help in the game or when we're just in the lobby making parties even. So yeah, those things will definitely help you in our guild.
But how about
And
maturity? I feel like that has to be a big thing.
sorry, what?
I feel like you have to be mature to become or to even get in the
Yeah.
guild.
Now, normally, like, I'd really hate to set an age limit, but our guild's limit is, you know, minimum 14. And while there's some people in our guild that are younger than that, that's because, you know, we found out that they're up to it and they're not really, they act much older than their age, I guess. And Yeah, you'll have to be pretty tolerant, very responsible for what you do, and yeah, maturity is a big thing, and that does count a lot for your role in the guild.
And I feel like the age limit should be 14, but if you're mature enough, like maybe we could have a talk with you or something like that. But don't let that restrict you from filling out the application. We'll look at all of them and decide whether you should be able to get in the guild or not.
Yeah, I'll definitely look at all of them. Another big thing that helps is you know, well, we just recently set up a TeamSpeak. Um, but if you have either Skype or TeamSpeak, right now our guild mostly uses Skype. That will help a lot because most of our guild members use that, and it helps a lot when giving out commands and playing. And yeah, if you want to come into contact with us, definitely fill out an application. Tell us your Skype name. And there have been times when people don't really have a mic, but we let them be in the call and they listen and they respond in chat. So just because you don't have a mic, we're not going to discriminate you. If you don't have anything to talk to us with, that's entirely fine with us.
As long as you get on and are active, I don't think it should be a problem.
Yeah.
Also, we would like to ask your number of mutes and possible bans and what for. You might need to send screenshots if you have those, but don't worry about that. We're not like the Hypixel staff. We're not gonna hardcore crack down on you, but that is something that we may need to ask. Not all the time though. Yeah, I guess that clears it up for our guild applications and guild related stuff. Unless you guys have anything to say.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching our first Mangocast premiere podcast on our channel. We will try to put out one or more videos a day, edit on the weekend. So we'll be putting in a lot of work for the channel, and we apologize for the delay of the videos. So yeah, we're sorry about that. Stay tuned for our next series, which will be based on our strats. It's going to be called Unorthodox Strats, and we're going to explain briefly how we do certain strats, and not only our own but common ones that appear in Mega Walls. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you would like to leave a rating, please leave a rating. Be honest about it. We're not asking you to like it. We're just asking you to leave a rating. Also, leave a comment, and if you really feel like we're worth it, subscribe to us. See you.